The Tiger Rising by Kate DiCamillo. Chapter 25. The three of them walked through the woods in silence. Sistine and Rob chewed 8-ball gum, and Willie Mae smoked a cigarette, and nobody said a word. "Lord God," said Willie Mae when they came up to the cage. She stared at the pacing animal. "Ain't no reason to doubt the fierceness of God when he make something like that," she said. "Who's the fool that caged this tiger up?" "He belongs to Beauchamp," Rob told her. "Beauchamp," said Willie Mae with disgust. She shook her head. "One person in the world that don't need to be owning no tiger, and that's Beauchamp." "See," said Sistine, "it's not right, is it? Just like you told Rob about your bird and how you had to let it go." "A bird," said Willie Mae, "that's one thing. Tiger belonging to Beauchamp is another." "Tell Rob that he should unlock the cage and let him go," Sistine demanded. "I ain't," said Willie Mae. "You got to ask yourself what's going to happen to this tiger after you let him go. How's he going to live?" Rob was flooded with sad relief. Willie Mae wasn't going to make him do it. He wasn't going to lose the tiger. "Panthers live in these woods," argued Sistine. "They survive." "Used to," said Willie Mae. "Don't know more." Sistine put her hands on her hips. "You're not saying what you believe," she accused. "You're not talking like a prophetess." "That's 'cause I ain't no prophetess," said Willie Mae. "All I am is somebody speaking the truth. And the truth is, there ain't nothing you can do for this tiger except to let it be." "It's not right," said Sistine. "Right ain't got nothing to do with it," muttered Willie Mae. "Sometimes right don't count." "I can't wait until my father comes to get me," said Sistine. "He knows what's right. He'll set this tiger free." Rob looked at Sistine. "Your daddy ain't coming for you," he said softly, shaking his head, amazed at what he suddenly knew to be the truth. "My father is coming to get me," Sistine said through tight lips. "No," said Rob sadly. "He ain't. He's a liar, like your mama said." "You're the liar," said Sistine in a dark, cold voice. Her face was so white that it seemed to glow before him. "And I hate you," she said to him. "Everybody at school hates you too, even the teachers. You are a sissy. I hope I never ever see you again." She turned and walked away, and Rob stood and considered her words. He felt them on his skin like shards of broken glass. He was afraid to move. He was afraid of how deep they might go inside him. "She don't mean it," said Willie Mae. She don't mean none of what she say right now." Rob shrugged. He bent and scratched his legs as hard as he could. He scratched and scratched, digging his nails in deep, trying to get to the bottom of the itch that was always there. "Stop it," Willie Mae told him. Rob looked up at her. "Let me tell you something," she said. "I would love to see this tiger rise on up out of this cage. Yes, I would like to see him rise on up and attack Beauchamp. Serve him right for keeping a wild animal locked up. Put you in the middle of this, giving you the keys to this cage. Come on," she grabbed hold of Rob's hand. "Let's get on up out of here." As they walked back to the Kentucky Star, Rob thought about what Willie Mae had said about the tiger rising on up. It reminded him of what she had said about his sadness needing to rise up. And when he thought about the two things together, the tiger and his sadness, the truth circled over and above him and then came and landed lightly on his shoulder. He knew what he had to do. Time out. What does he have to do? What do you think he's going to do next? Interesting. Let's look at all the things that happened here, especially this giant blow up. Right? First, let's see Sistine being Sistine, the way that we always know her to be. She's talking to Willie Mae, and then as she's talking to Willie Mae, where is it? Oh, it's over here. Sistine put her hands on her hips. That's Sistine being Sistine, the way that she is with certain people. We know what that means when she's putting her hands on her hips. And then she says all this about her father. It's weird how come it goes right from the tiger and then a conversation about her father again. That tiger represents more than just the tiger. And then look how passionately she cares about letting this tiger go. So much that when Rob tells her, your daddy ain't coming, she blows up at him. I hate you. Everybody at school hates you too. Even the teachers. You are a sissy. I hope I never ever see you again. Why is she doing this? Why is she being so mean with this dark, cold voice? We know that she's capable of this. We've seen her do it before, but never to Rob. Why now? And then, of course, she leaves, and Rob itches again. You notice he only itches at certain times. I wish we could have said to track that before. And then, of course, here, Rob being Rob. Willie Mae says, she don't mean it. She don't mean none of what she say right now. Rob shrugs. Why does he do that? What's he thinking? Lots of stuff to think about, but the big one that we really need to predict is this. What's he going to do?